The court fight over the Jasper power plant rolls on. We'll tell you what ruling has come down in the case. Plus, progress along Interstate 69 continues. We'll have an update on the work that's going on in Section 4. And Kurt Duxell has highlights from last night's Southridge Forest Park girls basketball game ahead in sports. All of that and much more is up next here on the 18 WJTS News. Hello, I'm Bradford Raths. We begin this evening with a key ruling in the legal battle surrounding the Jasper power plant. Late last week, Judge Sherry Gregg Gilmore issued a partial summary judgment in favor of the City of Jasper. The ruling comes following a request by city attorneys to limit the new trial to only the allegations that were not a part of the first trial. The ruling means that 6 executive sessions included in the original open-door complaint made by case defendant Healthy DuBois County back in August of 2011 will no longer be included in the proceedings of the new trial. The new trial also was rescheduled as a part of the decision. The trial will now be held on April 15th and 16th of next year, rather than on its originally scheduled dates of January 14th and 15th. The new trial had been set following a successful appeal of Judge Lucy Gaffanet's original ruling in favor of the City of Jasper. Back in January of last year, Gaffanet ruled that the executive sessions in question did not violate the Indiana open door law, as Healthy DuBois County had charged. She also refused the group's request for more discovery concerning a volunteer group that met as few as 13 and as many as 15 times during negotiations with Jay Katashian to lease the plant to Twisted Oak Corporation of Atlanta, Georgia. Healthy DuBois County appealed concerning the volunteer group, and that appeal was granted by the Indiana Court of Appeals, and thus the new trial was set for January of next year. Now, back in October, Judge Gilmore heard arguments on both sides concerning the request to limit the scope of the trial. HDC attorney Tu Keller of Carmel-based law firm Keller Macaluso told the court at the time that the appellate court's decision allowed for a new trial to take place. He further argued that the 6 executive sessions should be included in the trial due to the role played by the volunteer group. Meanwhile, City of Jasper attorney Greg Niebarger of Bingham Greenbaum Dahl argued that the volunteer group should be the sole subject of the trial and the executive sessions should be excluded. In a statement, Jasper Utility Service Board Chairman Wayne Sheeter says the board is happy to receive the decision in their favor. He further says the board appreciates the judge's diligence and thoroughness. Motorists driving north along the new Interstate 69 near Crane have had to get off of the highway fairly quickly over the last year as they reach the end of the road. However, officials with the Indiana Department of Transportation say work on Section 4 of the highway is holding fairly close to its original schedule. Section 4, which is set to link Crane to State Road 37 in Bloomington, is continuing to be built, according to NDOT spokeswoman Cher Elliott. In the meantime, drivers making the northern trip along the highway have been forced to exit and drive along curvy 2-lane highways in order to continue northward through the construction zone. Elliott says the geography of the area where Section 4 is being built has proven to be a bit more difficult for workers than in the first 3 sections.
It's a lot different. There are a lot of geographical features that we're dealing with. There are underwater streams, karst features, and then just a lot of variation in elevation of the soils as it is. You know, there's a lot of hills. There are lots of hills and valleys through that area. So it does present more of a challenge for us to construct the roadway through that area.
Elliott also says weather has played a factor this year, and she says weather usually plays a big role in construction season.
We just never know what Mother Nature will give us as far as construction seasons. We were very fortunate on those southern portions in 1 through 3 that we had great constructability seasons. We have had a lot of rain in 2013.
The increase in precipitation has brought slight delays in the project. Elliott says the rain has mostly caused problems as crews are doing dirt work to get the area ready for a paved highway, which is something that can't be done in rainy weather. Elliott says some of Section 4 is set to be open on schedule, but some of it could be delayed to opening to traffic until 2015. Now, Section 4 of the highway will also include the addition of several new interchanges, according to Elliott. These will be at State Road 45, State Road 445, and at State Road 37 on the south side of Bloomington. An interchange with US 231 in Greene County was added as part of the finishing work on Section 3 of the project. A Huntingburg man was arrested early this morning after it turns out that he never had a driver's license. Huntingburg police stopped a vehicle driven by 57-year-old Celestino Rivas at about 2:30 this morning after he was found driving left of center in an area around West 6th Street and County Road 400 West. Rivas told police that he had never had a driver's license, though he did provide police with an Indiana identification card, which they ran through DuBois County Dispatch. Dispatch told police that Rivas indeed had never been licensed and only had the state-issued ID. Rivas was taken into custody and he was lodged in the DuBois County Security Center. He is charged with operating a motor vehicle without ever receiving a license. Actions, activities, and processes that are part of the City of Jasper's overall economic development strategy will be shared next week during a meeting of the Jasper Economic Development Commission. City officials, department heads, civic and business leaders, and the general public are invited to hear a presentation by Jasper Mayor Terry Seitz during the meeting that is set from 8 to 8:30 next Thursday morning, December 12th, in the City Hall Council chambers. A welcome reception for the event will begin at 7:30 a.m. Seitz says that for more than a year, city officials have heard guests, contractors, and city staff come by City Hall and proclaim that Jasper has a lot going on. The mayor says that accurately reflects forward movement in the city and on the city's overall economic development strategy. Seitz said he recently shared some of what will constitute his upcoming presentation with Andy Sager, who serves as the president of the city's Economic Development Council, and they decided it would be ideal to share the same information with the entire commission as well as the public at large. The holiday season has brought about the spirit of giving for several area organizations, many of whom are giving back to their community. Here in DuBois County, the Family Palliative Care Unit of Jasper-based Memorial Hospital and Healthcare Center will be holding Light Up a Life throughout the current holiday season. The community tree is set to be on display at Hometown IGA at the Crossing through New Year's Day. For a $5 donation, a dove ornament will be inscribed in honor, in memory, or in celebration of a friend, relative, or loved one, or anyone whom the donor wishes to have honored or remembered. Forms for donations are available at the Hometown IGA at the Crossings Service Desk or at the Information Desk at Memorial Hospital and Healthcare Center. All proceeds from the Light Up a Life program go to benefit Family Palliative Care, which is a free service of Memorial Hospital dedicated to providing care and making life as meaningful as possible in the final days of life for both the patient and their family. For more information about Light Up a Life or Family Palliative Care services, you can call the Family Palliative Care staff at 996-0234 or toll-free 800-852-7279, extension 0234. Meanwhile, in Spencer County, Lake Rudolph Campground and RV Resort recently donated $11,300 to the Ronald McDonald House of Evansville. The resort partners with McDonald's restaurants each Christmas season. As part of that partnership, participating McDonald's offer discount coupons for the drive-through Santa Claus Land of Lights Family Christmas Light Adventure each season. Resort officials say over the last 4 holiday seasons, Ronald McDonald House Charities, or RMHC, have received more than $38,000 in donations from Lake Rudolph as well as from the Santa Claus Land of Lights. Evansville Ronald McDonald House Executive Director Jeremy Evans says his group couldn't serve the families around the Evansville tri-state area and beyond if it weren't for donations like the ones from Lake Rudolph. He says those contributions enrich the community and make a difference in many lives. For more information about the Ronald McDonald House in Evansville, you can visit their website at rmhevansville.org. The Santa Claus Land of Lights is now open from 5 p.m. to 9 p.m. Central Time on Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays through December the 8th, and will be open nightly December 13th through New Year's Eve. The light show is closed on Christmas Eve and Christmas Day. For a complete operating schedule or to buy a prepaid pass, you can visit the website at santaclauslandoflights.com. We remain with the theme of giving as we conclude the news portion of our broadcast this evening. A new philanthropy group known as Today and Tomorrow was founded earlier this year by associates of Jasper Engines and Transmissions. The mission of JET is to create a unique giving experience that allows for Jasper Engines and Transmissions associates and their families the opportunity to gain a deeper understanding of philanthropy while combining resources to be used for the betterment of communities. In early November, the group held a party at which each of 4 charities, DuBois County Community Meal, Anderson Woods, Mentors for Youth of DuBois County, and Young Life, took about 10 minutes to educate JET members on the charity's focus, who it serves, and how it would use a grant if it were to be awarded one. After the presentations, the members of JET weighed the merits and possible outreach of the organizations, and then they took an anonymous vote to determine the grant recipient. On November 14th, the group presented its inaugural JET grant of $7,575 to DuBois County Community Meal Director Mike Haggerden. Haggerden says the entire grant will be used to reach out to school children who are on the free or reduced price lunch program and to help bridge the hurdle for when they are not in school. A founding member of JET, Mark Ballsmeyer, says in addition to giving the grant, the associates put just over $5,000 into their endowment fund. Coming up after the break, snow has made its way into your local forecast. More on what we can expect with the weather, sports with Kurt Guxell, and Inform featuring Indiana Lieutenant Governor Sue Ellspermann. That's all up next here on the 18 WJTS News. Local people watching local people.